Caroline.
Erin, thank you so much for that update. All right, well, it's a new year, which means it's a great time to check in with the housing market to see what lies ahead, especially compared to last year. Of course, here to break it all down for us is Dannel Shepard. Dannel, as always, thanks so much for being here this morning.
No, definitely. As always, it's been a pleasure. It's a blessing to be here, to be able to talk to you and your viewers and provide them with some knowledge.
And we've got to talk about it. You've been doing this for 3 years here at Fox 19 now.
Yes.
I want to talk about the start of 2025. What was the housing market looking like at that time, a year ago?
Okay, let's go travel back.
Let's take a journey back. What were we looking at?
One thing that we were looking at is 2025 was a transition year. There was a lot of uncertainty of what to do and when, because think about it, there was just a rapid rate increase. And so buyers were like, what do I do? When do I do it? And then, you know, as we move forward throughout the year, we had everything from government shutdowns, and it was just, what am I doing? And then on seller side, they were shocked because now houses aren't moving as fast. What are we gonna do? When do I sell? If I sell, what inventory do I have? So 2025 was definitely a year of bringing us out, and when you change, you feel it, right? That growth, you feel, and everybody I think felt the change, and they started to see like, okay, 2026 bring us something good. Now, 2025 was a lot of uncertainty. I think now it's bringing some sunshine to it all.
Yeah, so coming back to the future, talking about 2026, what are we looking at right now compared to kind of that ebb and flow last year?
So buyers are no longer shocked, right? They are not, oh, the rates are doing this or the rates are doing that, and buyers now have an understanding, and they're being more strategic. You've heard me say it before, being strategic, talking to your expert, get your realtor, your lender, understanding your finances where you are. They're being strategic. And when it comes to the seller side, sellers are actually like, hey, pricing really does matter. I know we talk about it and I get it, but it really does. I have to price it correctly. I have to present their product in the best light as possible. Now, with that being said, then they realize that being strategic will now take the rush and the timing out of it. It's more strategic, not emotional. So, yeah.
And we're talking about buyers, inventory, and competition. I can only imagine if everybody's strategizing in similar ways, that's going to only increase the competitiveness of the market.
So, and that's a great question. So you always got these good questions. So listen. So inventory is slightly increasing, and it has been, right? But it's not to where we want it to be. It still has not met the buyer's demand. The demand is still exceeding our inventory. So buyers are having options. They do have options. It's not as much as they would like. So with that being said, if we segue into the competition, you heard me last time I was on here, there was a thing I called the trifecta.
Right.
Because everybody want to say location, location, location. No, when that location meets the proper condition and that price, you're going to get multiple offers. You're going to get, the competition, but competition now is being selective for the best product with the best price and the least amount of hassle, and that's the condition. When those three don't line up, you're gonna sit a little longer. Buyers are gonna, let me do a second showing, let me do another visit, let me compare it to something else. And that's where we are. So we're almost back to how the market was before COVID, right?
So yeah, we've kind of seen that cycle work its way all the way through. All right, I'm gonna ask about it, interest rates. Interest rates, what are buyers and sellers needing to be thinking about as far as rates right now?
So rates, and I'll get to what they are, but everything as a whole, I think buyers' mindset are no longer depending on rates.
Got it.
Regardless, we know we had the Fed rate drop, and rates have currently changed. And again, I'll tell you what that did, but mindset-wise, buyers are now letting life decisions determine their next move, not what the rate's going to be. People are more familiar now. Oh, it's in the 6% or it's high 5. So today, we're actually, last time I checked, we were 6.0.
Okay.
And that's conventional. FHA, we're in the high 5s. So when you get that, but people are like, oh, okay, that's fine. But if I need a house because my family is expanding or because I'm moving or because I have a job or there's downsizing, that is now driving the reason of why they're buying, and it's no longer the headlines.
Right.
So I think that's where we are.
Hey, we're optimistic for the housing market going into 2026. That's what I'm taking away from
this. Oh, yes, it's great.
Dannel, as always, thank you so much for those insights. We so appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure, as always.
Of course. And stick with us. We're going to be right back after this.